That is the newspaper, the print media, that are not comfortable with the popularization of the new media. But I want to tell you, I have good news for you. There is a way you can marry the two so that both will be happy. Both the old and the new will be happy. After all of them, whether you are new or old, a journalist is a journalist. Now, let me take 2 minutes to elucidate the difference between the old media and the new media. In the old media, there are gatekeepers. In the new media, we don't have gatekeepers. Anybody who can handle a BlackBerry phone to a scene where people are protesting, you report it. Language is usually very rough. But in the old media, when you might have gathered information, professionals will sit down and polish your language. Social media has the advantage of speed. As some of you were coming in, we took pictures. They are already on the cyberspace, unknown to you. So people in London can call and say, oh, now you are in that location, I saw your picture. But with the old media, it is after this ceremony that they will now replay their cassettes, rearrange their facts, call their editors, sub-editors, and begin to say, oh, if tomorrow is tight, why not make it on Monday? So in terms of speed, the social media is ahead. Again, talking about audience, I know that there are so many newspapers that have websites today. Very good. So you can see, whether you are old or new, we are doing the same. But generally, there are some local tabloids we have here that can hardly have websites. So their target audience is local. But ladies and gentlemen, anything you push out on the cyberspace is for the global audience. If you buy this day now and read a story you know is not true, how do you respond? You cannot respond. But if you read any comment made against a governor on Facebook, on YouTube, on a blog, on a website, you can immediately respond. So whereas the old media is not interactive, the new media is. So that way, you see a situation where you have, in the new media, you have two-way communication. In the old media, it is one way. The social media is also not transparent. Because even if I don't know how to speak English, and somebody is insulting my governor, I can say, oh, but what you have said is a lie. The governor never did something like that. And you press the send button, and you have posted it. That is the real feelings of the person talking. It is not doctored. It is not polished. The new media is content, the content of the new media is user-generated. If I have my BlackBerry and I want to write a story about what is happening now, I will take pictures and write what I feel I have seen. But that is not the case with the old media. The old media, when they listen to a story, they will now say, okay, let us remove this part. That document, you see, the way that scarf, that lady danced very well, and the way she tied that scarf, I don't think it will portray a good image of our culture. Remove it. You yank it off. Yanking off the authenticity. Yanking off the real feeling of the, you are yanking off realia, something that is true. In the new media, people don't act in a structured manner. But in the old media, everything is structured. For you to publish a paper, let's say you are the features editor. You write an article, bring it to the features editor. The features editor will take it to the sub-editor. The sub-editor will proofread it. It will make certain corrections and return it to want to carry this in. Okay, if you want to carry it, what page do we put it? What picture should we use? Ladies and gentlemen, delay is very dangerous. The new media is not ready for delay. In terms of decision making, the new media is bottom up. Somebody in Soku can send a message to you now that a house there is catching fire. Again, there is harmonizing transparency in the new media, which is lacking in the old media. Of course, you know that the new media is less costly in terms of cost effectiveness. It is cheaper. Conversations are durable. Anything you put on the cyberspace, I know that some of you buy papers a lot, but go and find out the paper you bought, this day edition you bought 5 years ago. Can you find it? It's very difficult to keep it. But if you can understand, just type your name on the cyberspace, everything about you comes out. So the new media is more durable than the old media. Now, having said that, it is because people want to hear. They say, hear from the horse's mouth. It is because people want to know the feelings of the people. And that is why you have, most of our media, we have Vox Pop, the voice of the people. After you have reported a story, you now go to the streets. You know, they want to remove subsidy. Okay, what do you know about the subsidy? Some people will say, I don't know. Was it a couple of days ago? Somebody said, how many countries do we have in Africa? Some said gigawatt. And so on. I don't know if that was a joke. Gigawatt, Rivers, Bayelsa, all those are countries in the African continent. I'm sure, did you see it? Now, I don't want to bore you with statistics because it is very obvious that so many people are now drifting from the old media to the new media, or having a blend of the old and the new. And that is why we have today what we call citizen journalism. What is citizen journalism? It is participatory journalism based on the people. If you want to hear the truth, go to the streets and not government house. I have an office in government house. I have another office outside government house. I don't go to government house. I stay outside to listen to the people. Then convey such feelings to the governor. That way, the governor will know the truth. If there is hunger in town and you are in government house, even a dog in government house will not have a feel of that hunger. But go to the streets. And when you see poverty designing the contours of places, then you know the difference between government house and outside the government house.